Coach. Really tough game, obviously. Very, discouraging performance by us, and not very good. I have to credit them. That's a very good football team in all areas. Very physical. A team that's definitely worthy of being in the playoffs with a quarterback that is something else. That's for sure. Super good football player. They have a great plan. When that plan breaks down, he makes plays, and you have to give them credit. We weren't very good. The good news is it counts as one game. It felt like a lot more, but we have to regroup quickly and get ready for a big football game next week.
Mark, even when the game was in doubt early, it felt like the offense wasn't as aggressive as it had been recently.
Yeah.
Was that a game plan change, or was that just not getting first down?
Exactly. We did talk about it on the headset, and it was aggravating because, not getting first downs and not being able to go. And even, Bush, we were talking through that and, maybe get to this stuff earlier, but it was like we couldn't get moving. We couldn't get first downs. Again, credit them. Took us, right out of our game. Just I wouldn't say took us out of our game, but just got after us right from the start. And listen, credit them. They did a really good job. They obviously affected the quarterback, and affected the offense. It's not all on Cutter. We didn't run the ball very good. They were bringing lots of different pressures and did a heck of a job.
Coach Stoops, a couple of years ago, you said Vanderbilt was struggling, and you don't just beat them. You said if they give Clark time there, he's going to be successful.
Yeah.
What is his team doing outside of Diego that's making them so successful?
Well, they're just a good team across the board. They're very physical. They got good players. They have good schemes. They have good continuity, and they're doing a heck of a job. So they're playing very well.
Mark, you mentioned weren't running the ball really well. That had been kind of the key the last couple of weeks, and some balance.
Mm-hmm.
What was going wrong with the run game tonight?
Well, we didn't handle the movement very well. They definitely brought some pressures. We knew that going into it. They had done it. They do a nice job of mixing things up. They hold their looks really good. They were bringing them on the snap on some, and we didn't play very good. Without looking at the film, it didn't feel very good. I know that. You know what I mean? And didn't have a lot of confidence in that run game throughout the night.
Was there, after Cutter gets hurt in the first half, is there any thought to take him out late in the game?
I mean, we at that point we weren't gonna, we didn't want him running around, putting himself in harm's way. We wanted to just operate the offense, get him some more snaps. So, no, he was fine. I mean, if he was hurt, we would have taken him out.
Mark, you've talked a lot about how hard it is in this league to pass other programs because nobody is taking it off. How does the program, though, overcome the fact that the gap is this big between a program that's traditionally in the same similar spot as Kentucky?
Yeah, I mean that, this is 1 year, one game. I mean, how it is for us. I mean, things change very quickly, and we have to do a better job. Credit them. It's 1 week and one game, and we'll regroup.
Coach, I know Diego's a great quarterback, but can you just talk about the pass defense throughout this game?
Yeah, not very good. Not very good. Really, I don't mean to be, short, but it's true. Just not very good. Not very good pass defense. We tried different things. We tried different coverages. He made some really good throws. Ran right by us, a couple times, and when we were in a 3-deep coverage, essentially on a corner, later in a clouded coverage, threw it over the top of us, and it was safety. So just across the board, not very good.
The injury situation is what it is on defense. So how do you overcome that in this last
Oh,
game?
I mean, you just overcome it by playing better, and having a better plan. We all can do better, and you're going to have to do better and we're going to have to play better, and guys are going to have to step up. It is what it is.
Saw Alex out there warming up pregame, didn't play. Was he close to playing today?
Yes, he's close. He's trying, but not quite ready.
Is he going to be expected to play next weekend?
We'll see how that goes.
Did you get a sense during the course of the week, during practice, that hinted at the breakdowns that would come today?
No, I really didn't. I told the team that. We really, didn't see that coming. I mean, the guys have prepared very well. They've approached the weeks the same. Today, felt much the same as it has the last 3 weeks, but we didn't play very good, so.
Talking about those last 3 weeks, you guys had some momentum going, of course, 3
Mhm.
huge wins, but there's a big one left against your state rival, bowl
Yep.
eligibility on the line. How was that locker room, and how do you expect your guys to bounce back?
Well, that's what I told the team. I'm not real into, I think you've heard me through the years, I'm not into like flushing games, because we're going to own our stuff. We're going to look in the mirror and we're going to accept the responsibility where we need to, and we always will. That'll be that'll always happen while I'm here, but we have to do that quick. We're going to look at it, we're going to own it, and look at our mistakes and areas we can improve, and we have to move on fast. And that's just it. It's not a good feeling. We've got our butts beat, and it still counts as one loss. So we got to regroup quick and get ready to play next week.
Vanderbilt had given up a bunch of points in their last 2 games. Did you feel like their defense changed over their bye week, or what was their?
I don't know. They did the stuff that they've done. I'm sure, having 2 weeks, getting healthy, at the end of the year, there's some people that are, that are pretty beat up, that are, kind of limping in, to the end here. And with having a bye was probably a good situation for them. They certainly played very well.
What can you tell us about the scuffle at the end of the first half?
Really no idea. No idea. Anytime you got a last play at the end there where you have a guy tackled and on their sideline and all that, it just sometimes gets a little mayhem, but no idea.
The penalty was against the coaching staffs, they said?
I think they just were trying to get some order, So, I wasn't out there, so you can't put that on me. But I think they were just trying to separate things. Nobody wants that. Not their program, not ours. No big deal. Let's move on.
Mark, what was the nature of the conversation you had with Coach Lee there after the game?
Just wishing each other luck. Just talking. Just talking. It's good. We're friends. So.
Mark, resiliency is
Yeah.
kind of
No. That's it.
resiliency has kind of been a buzzword with this team. It's prided itself basically on its week-to-week ability to bounce back.
Yeah.
You can't get tested any more than this
Yeah.
week, right?
Yeah, you're right. We're going to get tested because we're at the end of the year here. You're kind of on fumes. There's some guys definitely hurting, but we have to suck it up and have a great week. And, we have to put this one behind us quick, like I said. And, there's a lot to look at, lot of things that we need to improve on. But I'm confident in the team that will respond the right way.
Mark, what's your view just on the fact that some people would view how long they left Poppy in the game as just a blatant attempt at padding his stats in the Heisman?
I don't know. I think, it's his senior game. He's brought a lot to this institution. He's brought an awful lot. So I have no problem with him or Clark or them or anything. And he might have been on a record, that they were getting. So, there's nothing you could do. When you're on the receiving end of that, the only way you could do something about it is do something about it. So it's on us.
Last one for anybody? All right, thank you very much.
Okay, thanks.
We'll have the coordinators